Good morning, Fit Fam. So I figured I would just pop by, update you, kind of talk about the programming a little bit today, and talk about 20.2. So for your home workout today, you've got a lot of running and lunges, right? So if you're doing this at home, you've got a couple different options, right? So you can run whatever tracking device you use. So like I honestly have found Charity Miles to be super accurate when it comes to distances. And I've been using Charity Miles for like 6 years, I want to say. And it tracks your location, not like tracks your location, but it tracks your distance, and you get a sponsor, and your sponsor donates money to whatever charity you choose. So you basically become a sponsored athlete and donate money to the charity of your choice just by walking or running. So if you follow my personal account on Instagram, that's always like the screenshot that I show that'll say like 2 miles for the USO, powered by, oh my gosh, I can't even think of a sponsor right now. Vivo Fit or something. So that's what that is. You don't ever really need to share any of that. I always tweet it and then take a screenshot and share. But you can choose like walking, you can do running, and I think there's a minimum distance of like 0.1 mile, but you can always run that and do, a half a mile out, do your half mile back. And then for your lunges, so I have the lunges in meters. And if you need to convert that to feet and do an estimate, you can do that as well. Oh, how embarrassing. Excuse me. And then your running distance gets smaller, and then your lunge distance gets smaller as well. So as always, if you have a treadmill, by all means, use a treadmill for that. It might be easier if you have one of those in the basement. Don't really recommend lunging on the treadmill, but I'm sure if you put it down low enough, that might be a good way to get your distance in and go slow. Just don't fall off. If you need to end up scaling this, you can always do just the last section. You can do just the middle section, or you can do just the first section. Or if you want to hit up the whole entire thing, but you need to cut the distances down, absolutely fine. So you can do, a half mile, a quarter mile, and then 200 meters. This is also a good one to do if you have a local track, like head to your local high school or middle school. If it's available for public use, if you have a park to run around, this is a great one to do. Throw the kids in the jogging stroller, jog your distance, let the kids out of the stroller, run around while you get your lunges in. So many ways to make this fit your environment and situation. And then also, as always, like if you cannot run, if you cannot get outside to do this, you don't have a treadmill, if you have any other cardio machine, you can always convert the distances to that and do stationary lunges or air squats. So if you need something more specific than just the general kind of scaling options, absolutely reach out to me, talk to me, let me know. But that's a good one for you guys. So for the gym today, again, just sticking with kind of how if I were participating in the open, I would be doing this. I love doing the open workout on Monday. I am a one and done person for the most part. I have only ever repeated one open workout and did worse, and it wasn't worth it for me. And I don't think I have ever done any type of open workout or an online no, that's not true. I did do one online qualifier twice because I messed up the standards and realized I could do faster and did better. But so if you would like to, you can always do the open workout today as like your first time through or your trial run, and then redo it on Monday and log it in on Monday. But if you don't want to do that and you want to do what's programmed, right? We've got a couplet of sumo deadlifts and Romanian deadlifts. You can superset them and go back and forth is how I designed it to be done, but you can also absolutely just run it straight through and then run it straight through and just log. You've got an AMRAP, a core AMRAP basically with odd objects, GHD sit-ups, D-ball cleans, and then D-ball carry. Hit this one up today if you don't plan on doing 20.2 today or tomorrow. If you do, I would skip this one, but just because this is going to kind of light up your low back too, in addition to your core. If you're not doing 20.2 for score until Monday, go ahead and do this now. It'll be absolutely fine. And then as always on Friday, I do have a heavy kind of practice for your open workout. So you've got dumbbell hang clusters and weighted toes to bar. So get heavy and use this as a chance to play with the weights. And then again, I love train heavy to go light. So you're not doing that for time. It is programmed in as a weightlifting set. So again, just get as heavy as you can, and that'll give you more confidence with the lighter weight and the body weight stuff. So that is the Jakaris Fit programming for today. For Monday, I do have your body weight workout is pretty standard. You guys, I mean, if you have questions about that, absolutely let me know, but it's pretty straightforward. And then I have a warm up in there for 20.2 that I have in the notes. You can also use it as a cool down, subbing out the last movement. So again, the longer the workout, the shorter the warm up, but you still want to be warm and ready going into it. And so let's talk about 20.2. First off, I would like to point out that earlier in the week, Jakaris Fit had a triplet of assault bike calories, dumbbell thrusters, and barbell thrusters. So if you did that, well, if you do CrossFit for any amount of time, open workouts are always just things that you have seen at some point in time during your regular training if you're on a good, constantly varied, classic CrossFit type program, right? So 20-minute AMRAP isn't anything new to our programming or to the open. And then, I mean, this couplet is gorgeous. 4 times 6 is 24. And like, I love that kind of numbering and rep schemes. And so these are small reps, right? 4, 6, 24. That means, again, theoretically, you're not breaking anything. You don't have to. You're going to have a lot of transitions, and that makes the transitions important. And what do we know about 20-minute AMRAPs? 20-minute AMRAPs are long, and they're very deceiving. So this workout is going to hurt as much as you push yourself to have it hurt. Because, again, you can do 4 thrusters. You could do 6 toes to bar or knee raises. And you could do 24 double unders or single unders. So you're moving very quickly. So the faster you transition, the higher your heart rate's going to be, the more your forearms and your grip are going to kind of get sore. So we love to talk about strategies for workouts like this, right? And everyone's gonna be like, how do you break this down? What do you do? I am huge on, and if you've watched any of my past videos where I've talked about, workouts for you guys, knowing yourself as an athlete, and unless you're gunning for a spot at the national championship, right, and you're just doing this to do your absolute best, don't overthink it, right? So splitting workouts into thirds is always a good way to do it with 20 minutes, right? That's kind of like wonky, and it's kind of easier to do it in half. But you want to think about your first third of your workout where you feel like this is too slow. Meaning, because you're fresh, things feel easy, you're not moving too slow. But what you want to do is keep yourself from going out too fast. So you want a nice, steady, controlled pace on the thrusters. Big, deep breaths. Don't rush them, but move through them in and out as you breathe. Nice, good reps. Okay, full range of motion, using your hips, not super gripping your dumbbells, not super loose either, right? Get through your reps. Same thing with your toes to bar. Get over to your toes to bar and do your reps. 1, 2, right? Like nice steady pace. And then right to your double unders. Shake out your forearm, big breath, and go. And continue that. When you're about halfway in, all right, so again, with the normal third, the middle third is always where that's like the mind part of it, because your heart rate's up, you're starting to feel it in your muscles burning, and the end seems so far away. So the middle third of your workout is always where you want to just put your head down and work. So whatever pace you had started off at, if you're maintaining that pace, it's going to feel harder, but that's good because you started at a pace you can maintain. So as you're getting more fatigued, you're not physically dropping off. You're now able to stay at that pace and push yourself through because you didn't burn yourself out. We didn't redline right away. You put your head down and just work. You maintain your pace and go. Breathe and go. Breathe on the thrusters, shake it off. 1 big breath, jump up, grab that bar, and get yourself through 6. Nice, good pace. Shake your forearms out, big deep breath, grab your rope and go. Maybe 2 breaths. So a lot of people like to say, well, if you tell me 2 breaths, I'm going to take 20 seconds. So if you need to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and go, that's fine. 5 is probably excessive. 3 might not feel like enough. So whatever number kind of works for you. I like breaths, and I always coach big breath and go, because a lot of times when we're working out, it's our breathing that distracts us and makes us feel like we can't continue or we don't want to go on. So if you take a big deep breath and control it, 1, you're not bringing your heart rate down a lot, right? But you're getting a good fresh supply of oxygen, and that's going to temporarily calm you down and give you a sense of focus before you continue on. I think the best thing that I was ever told that I pass on to everybody is that taking too long doesn't help anything, especially in an AMRAP, right? Like taking too long, 1, you're not going to fully recover. And the work is still ahead of you to do. And we are here to do work. On that, on a side note, because I'm just going to put this out here and say it. I know 20 minutes is a longer time, but do not stop and drink water. You don't need it. You will survive. And this is not the time, just don't do it. Same thing with this workout too, like with chalking, we like to over chalk. Here's the thing about reaching for chalk every single round or reaching for water in the middle of a workout like this. It is a reason to procrastinate. And so part of the mentality, if you're in the Jakaris Fit family and our motto is attack with fire, Jakaris, attack with fire, breath of the dragon, right? Dragon's fire. And the mentality is not to destroy everything in your path, but you are here when you are working out. This is what you are doing. And I promise you, I haven't lost an athlete yet. This is not where you die. You're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be sweating. You're going to burn, but you're burning up the workout. You have time to rest and breathe and drink water afterwards. You can get through a 20-minute workout without reaching for a water. And just be honest with yourself about that. Yeah, okay, your mouth is dry or phlegmy, right? Depending on the temperature of your gym. Deal with it. The more you can embrace that discomfort and deal with it and drive on and continue what it is that you are doing, the stronger you are making yourself mentally as well as physically. And it's not about like the willpower to deny yourself beverages, right? Like, I mean, I guess it's sort of like that, but it's not. You do not need water in this. Like, just, you will be okay. Get your water beforehand. Make sure you're globally hydrated. Although I just had a discussion with somebody about this where they're like, that doesn't actually exist, but I need to do more research, I guess, but I believe it does. Be globally hydrated. Get yourself hydrated before the workout. You could do 20 minutes without water. It's just a procrastination thing. And train yourself not to do it. Okay? So, stepping off my soapbox for that as your coach. And then, but the same thing also goes for chalk. So again, 6 toes to bar at a time. This is a grippy workout. You are going to be sweaty. Oh gosh, I guess I probably should look up your scorecard because I don't know what have they said about chalking and tape and grips. But you don't need to be chalking up every round for your 6 toes to bars. Okay. So have your strategy. Like if your judge is counting out rounds to you, like maybe every 5 minutes you need to chalk up, you know, or at the 8-minute mark and at the 17-minute mark, or at the 8-minute mark and the, 12, like whatever it is to you. And maybe have that to be something that you work towards as part of your like third, or you only chalk up at the 10-minute mark, or you chalk up every 5 rounds. Like you can build that into your strategy, but don't be like, oh gosh, I need to go over and get chalk now and then stare at the bar and then go. Like, no, do it, get through it. If your hands are slipping, wrap your thumbs around the bar. Wrap your thumbs around the bar. We have opposable thumbs for a reason. I know my motto for the past 4 months has been our stupid thumb, but they're delicate, but we need them. You have them, use them. All right, so let's see. Equipment. Weights in pounds, minimal accessible weight in kilograms. Athlete has adequate space to safely complete all the movements, clear the area of extra equipment, people, or obstacles. Alters the equipment or movements described in this document or shown in the workout standards video may be disqualified from the competition. Pull-up bar and dumbbells so the loads can be seen clearly, uncut, unedited. Judge and clock or timer must be visible throughout the workout. All exercises can be seen clearly meeting the movement standards. No fisheye lens. Okay. So, again, everyone's different with this. Oh wait, how about I go to movement standards? Hanging from the pull-up bar, arms extended, heels brought back behind the bar, wrapping tape around the pull-up bar, or wearing hand protection is permitted, but taping and wearing hand protection is not. You can do overhand, underhand, or mixed grip. Oh, and she is monkey gripping the bars. Look at that. Now y'all are going to be like, oh, well, China doesn't have to wrap her thumb around the bars. Okay, we're talking games, athletes versus us. We wrap your thumb around the bar. Okay, so what that means is for your official judging score, which is always a good thing to practice and play with, you can do tape on the bar or you can wear grips. You cannot do both. So my personal preference when I have a choice for these things is always tape. and chalk and no grips. When I have to follow those rules. In my everyday training, I like tape and grips and chalk. I hate just the empty bar, and I hate the empty bar and grips, but yeah, that's how you know I've spent a lot of time playing around with these things. But so official standards, right? You can do tape, you can do grips, not both. You know the bars at your gym or where you're training, you know what you have used in the past. Just go with what isn't going to make you think too hard about what's happening. So, and you know your grip best. You know your grip best, and you know your hands best. So, I don't know, have fun with it. It's just a workout, right? Like, it's CrossFit. It's what you do every single day in the gym. You've done workouts like this before. We've literally done this workout within the past week in our programming. So just have fun with it. We're here for fitness. We're here for fun. If you're doing it, at your local box where you belong, enjoy the community, enjoy the camaraderie. Absolutely log it in beyond the whiteboard so that your virtual coach can see it. And if you are a home gym person and you've watched all this, absolutely also feel free. Obviously, all these strategies about pacing, about cutting your workout into thirds, about when, like, you know, taking water, procrastinating, like, apply that to your own workouts, right? Start cutting out the excuses and the breaks. Like, that's just, I call it a pet peeve of mine, but like, just me as a coach and me as an athlete, everybody loves to talk about resiliency training and mental toughness, and you know, you can pay a lot of money for these things and go and, you know, to courses and read all the literature, but in all of my experience, it's these small moments like this that build up this resiliency and this mental toughness and training that everybody searches so hard for. Like, if you can get through a 20-minute workout without reaching for your water bottle like usual, not because you're dehydrated and about to pass out, but because you have recognized that it's a procrastination technique for you, you can get through so much more in your day because of it. And it sounds ridiculous, but everything we do in the gym, everything that happens on a sports field, like, it's all an analogy for life. And I truly believe that, and I live that, and it sounds crazy and cuckoo, but I am a sports psychologist. Well, my master's, I'm not a doctor, so don't anyone get on me about that, but like, it applies to everything. So use this training not just for your physical body, but for your mental body as well. So that's that. Nice long video. Let's see if YouTube posts it. Let's see. Plug my sock meds. So Jakaris Fit on YouTube. Probably going to link this up on the website. So the official website is jakaris.fit. You can find me at Jakaris Fit on Instagram, Jakaris Fit on Twitter, Jakaris Fit on Facebook. You can also, my personal one is linked to both. So if you'd rather shoot me a personal message, that's out there too. And if you're a Jakaris Fit member and you don't like interacting through the social medias, you have a WhatsApp, or if you would rather email me, or you have any questions about any of this programming or anything, the email is jakarisfit@gmail.com. And then I can give you my WhatsApp phone number and we can chat that way, or email. Like, I am just available to you as you need me. So that's that. Thank you for watching or listening. And yeah, Jakaris.